Namaste. Welcome to Youth TV Show Season 8. In today's episode, we are featuring Nepal's Top 7 Young Poets 2017 produced by Leadership Academy. The topic for the final round of Category 4, Grades 7, 8 and 9 is I Was Born This Way. Our judges for today's final round are SANTOSH. He is the President of Leadership Academy. MANNAT SHRESTHA. She is the Editorial Manager at ECS Media. SACHENDRA MANNANDHAR. He is a published and international award-winning poet. May I request the finalist Prasana Katuwal to come up on the stage with the first poem.
The title of my poem is Genesis of Melancholy. Amidst the horror of one dark night and the smell of death, a child was born as an ember from a furnace. From the pure innocence of a bud to the angelic petals of a flower, the child grew with grace. For it had a dark soul, but lily-white pair of wings, and a heart as vivid as the rainbow, too beautiful for our monochromic imaginations. But her colors flowed through the boundaries that held them together, and her palette spilled, blending in like the colors of the cosmos, and her art was lost with a canvas that carried a masterpiece. Now that only bones were left of her, wings. A thorny elegance started covering her neurosis and agony, and her existence seemed just as imaginary as her fantasy. One wing is real, just as real as we are, but the other one, merely a mirage. For both could never be held up at once, unable to take off earth grounds. She feared her own shadow, for she became anthrophobic. This world calls her melancholy, but all she needs is an alter ego. Because she was born this way, as a drug, the one we all love to be addicted. The one we all love to be addicted to. Thank you.
May I request the finalist Priyam Bhattarai to come up on the stage with the first poem.
I'm here to recite a self-composed poem on the topic Shackles on My Feet. Oh, how happy I'm to be in this world. Well, that was before I was hurled. A pinch of excitement in me had shown, but awfully and brutally was it all blown. My mother, in her life, took her daughter as a boon. However, the world cursed the girl very soon. I was lucky, I thought. No, I was a girl. I wasn't taught. Light of hope I had to peep out, with queries and lots of doubt. At an early age, I was taught to live in thorns, to adopt the anxiety and the fire that burns. Immured within the four walls of a kitchen room, my future and my ambition were both doomed. Merrily I used to sing alone, yet often being reminded I was a girl, I was cruelly thrown. My brothers in front of my eyes, always taken as the smartest and the wise. How biased their standpoints are, that meddles with our lives and creates a bar. No, this is not my life. No, this is not my life. 15 is the age when I was sold. My life would revolve around this, I was told. Every day the wounds got deeper and the scars got darker. And this heart of mine got harder and harder. Sorely I decided to accept it, killing and burning my dreams bit by bit. This is the life of black and grey. And yes, I was born this way. Yes, I was born this way. Thank you.
May I request the finalist Sophiya Paudel to come up on the stage with the first poem.
The title, When Tomorrow Starts Without You, and it goes like this. When tomorrow starts with you, it will be magical and so true. My happiness in life will take a new turn, when my mind and heart both will sue. Dearest child, I wish to see you in my hands forever and always. But the disaster that has taken place will take our breaths away. When tomorrow starts without me, and I'm not there to see, the sun shouldn't rise and find your eyes all filled with tears for me. So when tomorrow starts without me, please try to understand that an angel came and called my name and took me by the hand. But when I turned to walk away, fear fell from my eyes. For all my life, I'd always thought that I didn't want to die. If I could really today, just even for a while, I'd say goodbye and kiss you and maybe see you smile. But then I fully realized that this could never be, for emptiness and memories would take the place of me. When I walked through the heaven's gate, I felt so much at home when God looked down and smiled at me from his great golden throne. He said, "This is eternity, and at last, now you're free. Won't you come and take my hand to share the life with me?" So now, when tomorrow starts without me, don't think we're far apart. I'm right there in your heart. I'm right here in your heart. Thank you.
May I request the finalists to come up on the stage. May I request the judges for their feedback.
Prasana, Priyam and Sophiya, it's excellent. All three of you have done extremely well. I'm very impressed. Prasana, you have a very strong poetry. It has all the standards that poetry requires. You're very captivating. And Priyam, very good expression and well done dramatic, because once you try to bring a bit of drama into poetry recitation, it's a very tricky combination, but you did very well. Sophiya, again, very excellent. I would say it's a complete poetry. Your writing, expression, recitation, they all blended very well.
All of you did an excellent job. I was very impressed. Expression, the recitation, everything was just amazing. Prasana, like your poem was very deep and abstract. Like it's very difficult for a normal person to understand, but you expressed yourself so well, like your feelings, a very deep poetry. Priyam, I was so impressed by your poem. It tells the bitter truth of the society. Whereas Sophiya, your poetry was very entertaining. Like I loved your expressions the entire time. All of you did a great job.
Prasana, Katuwal, you have made very good use of metaphors, and you have used contrast at places in a very, impactful way. And at the same time, you paused at right places when you recited. That also creates a lot of effect when you recite a poetry. And most of all, the irony, the use of irony. The poetry presents a bit of the dark side of life, but the kind of irony you have used, that is very impactful. So really good. And coming to Priyam, your delivery is excellent. The kind of body language you used. And the discrimination that has been going on for ages, that you encapsulated in your poem in such a way that it becomes a sort of collective memory, collective picture of the society. And you also said that, you want to break free from that. And, and in the meantime, in your poem also, the irony is really very strong and impactful. And coming to Sophiya, Sophiya's poem had a lighter vein. She recited also in such a way that, I enjoyed the way you recited. Your presentation was good and the words were colloquial. And I would say all three of you are neck to neck, difficult to say who is better than who.
We will now begin with the second round. May I request Prasana Katuwal to come up on the stage with a second poem.
The title of my second poem is A Crowning Gift. Ouch, my head. It hurts. I can't recall something. My heart, is it still there? My body, why is it covered in stitches? I can feel it deep as my cells regenerate, one by one. But how am I so conscious? I lift up my body, try to stand, but my legs, they've become weak, Feels like I've broken a bone or so. And I feel worn out with fatigue. I lie idle in this room, probing every single memory I have. And because of this burning enigma, I break down in tears, shedding every last bit of its affliction. Now everything's so blurry. I can feel drops of sweat running down my spine and my heart beating faster and faster. I become demented of this syndrome and collapse right against the floor. As my eyes are wide open, only white bloodless color above. I unriddle that my parents could give me no gift but one, lacunar amnesia, and that I was born this way. One fragmented part of me will always be missing, somewhere yet nowhere. Thank you.
May I request Priyam Bhattarai to come up on the stage with a second poem.
Now I'm here to recite my second poem on the topic, Am I a Prodigy? Praises, applauses echoed the wall. Believed? Never did I have the shortfall. In the era where success is highly honored, while the secret is never ever bothered. Inborn talent is what they say, and the whole world works this way. No, I wasn't born this way. I wasn't born this way. The knave world declares easily about me, but little do they know, it's not easy to be. The inbred gift that I always possessed, people believed and were very impressed. Unknown about my individuality, my zest, and my vitality. Covering my life in black and grey, the whole world sees me this way. And this is not how I was born. My life was shattered and was torn. The pains that molded me in an idol, the hurricane of life and the tidal, the struggles and confrontations, happiness and sorrow, the everyday confrontations hit me like an arrow. But I was born to stand, I was born to live, to have a heart of gold and to give. I believe I can become the paradigm of life, to teach people about the pain and the strife. Not just to become successful, but to be bold and to teach that not everything that shines is gold. And to teach that not everything that shines is gold. Thank you.
May I request Sophiya Paudel to come up on the stage with a second poem.
The title of my poem is That Dearly Scream, and it goes like this. That day, that day light pierced my eyes as bright as the sun. I got a view of something that I'd never yearned. My legs were in a bond with my hands that weren't strong. But my home uterus was so warm with the love of my mother very longed. While I was in the mood of playing, I shifted my bounded leg to make it free. My feet kicked my home. I could even see the depression, see? See Aunt Body singing a song with my dearest uncle in Fundibulum. Aunt and uncle covered me when my home was cold. They even cared for me when my throat got sore. Hey, little embryo, cried the cervix. I was an eternal gay when I was 6. 6 months passed away in my home, while my mother got busy preparing the foam. I was being pushed away by my dearest friends. There were visceral muscles in my way. I was being taken out while I was playing. I was upside down, as in a swing. I was 7 months old when I left my home, but I thought it was too early to go. I was being carried away by the red liquid, but I was pleased with the comforting heat. My feet were heading to a small hole, the hole that made light pass through as small as a mole. My feet got separated and I was scared when I could sense something other than red. I realized my legs got out first, and it was when the dearly scream was heard. And it was when the dearly scream got heard. Thank you.
May I request the finalists to come up on the stage. May I request the judges for their feedback.
Prasana, I must say for your age, degree of sensibility and sensitivity you have shown in your poems, both the poems. is, like not just at par of your age, I would say somebody, twice your age. The kind of words you have used, just right words for your thoughts. And the first person narrative, speaking for someone else, it couldn't be your experience, but it felt like you have undergone this experience that you wrote about. So this is what really hit me. And your poems seem to have a very deeper meanings, and that again is like amazing for your age. And your diction and your delivery this time was better than the last time. And this disease you have mentioned, some kind of amnesia, this is a very good motive for a kind of poem you have written. Really good, excellent. And coming to Priyam, your poem, what I noticed is the rhyme scheme, that made your poem very musical and very lyrical. And again, your the way you present it is also, very apt for the kind of stuff you have written. But then, I can see that there is a darker vein. What you are trying to say is, people, the society look at things on a superficial level. Isn't that so? And people really have to sweat it out to get where they get. So nobody just doesn't become a prodigy just like that. So makes a lot of sense, very meaningful, really good. And Sophiya, again, her poem is good. This time you have brought in humor. Humor is the road less traveled by in poetry. You should keep it up. But then, when while using humor, what she has done is, she has described the journey from womb to birth, something that I have not read before. This is, a really brilliant idea. And the way you have written, like, again, you have used mostly colloquial words. Again, you all three have done a really brilliant job. Really impressed.
The second round made it more difficult to choose the winner, to be very honest. Like, all of you did a great job again. Prasana, once more, your poem really touched my emotions. Like, literally, it was very heart-touching. I was very impressed with the poem. Priyam, I love the rhythm in your poem. It's very musical, it's very good. Sophiya, your expressions are amazing. It's like brilliant. And I love the way how you've used so much creative energy in your poem. It's very original. I love that.
It is going to be very difficult judging today because all three of you are excellent again in the second round. Probably even better in the second round with your poetry and delivery. Prasana, I too echo with our judges, and for me time stopped while I was listening to you. And it's a great thing in any poetry to come out with. Priyam, your strength in your second poetry was very simple and nice to listen to. It was not heavy on the mind. And you do express about how when people are born certain ways they have to live the rest of the life with, and very, very well placed. Sophiya, I was extremely impressed that, I never thought anybody would do justice to this topic. I was born this way, and you literally took as how you were born. I never thought a poet could write in such detail and with such creativity. So it was extremely impressive. Now it's going to be challenging for us to tally the marks.
The judges are finalizing their marks, and we are eagerly waiting to know who is declared as the winner and the runner-ups.
The first winner of Nepal's Top 7 Young Poets 2017 is Sophiya Paudel. Congratulations. And the second winner of Nepal's Top 7 Young Poets 2017, Category 4, Grade 7, 8 and 9 is Prasana Katuwal. All of you have one first from each one of our judges. So what we decided is we'll be giving Prasana the special mention winner for 2017 Nepal's Top 7 Young Poets. So you'll still go as one of the top 7 winners for 2017. The third winner for Nepal's Top 7 Young Poets, Category 4, is Priyam Bhattarai. Priyam, you're getting a direct entry into 2018 finalist. So you still have a chance to to compete in 2018 as one of the 3 finalists. So you all go as a winner in some way today.
Congratulations to the winner and the runner-up. Leadership Academy conducts Nepal's top 7 debaters and Nepal's top 7 young poets every year. If you are a student between grade 7 and bachelor's level and interested to audition for any of these 2 competitions, you can approach the principal or ECA coordinator at your school or college. You can follow us at facebook.com Leadership Academy KTM. We will be back next week with a new episode of Youth TV show. Namaste.